Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and stay tuned by clicking the bell icon. 12 huge Coronation Street spoilers for next week. Next week on Coronation Street, it's the beginning of the end for Stephen as Leo's body is found on the building site. Elsewhere, Paul receives some upsetting news about his friend Shelley, while Ryan is questioned by Daisy over his X-rated calls. Here's a full collection of 12 big moments coming up. 1. Ed is tempted to gamble. Ed and Ronnie focus on their new property development project, but Ed faces a difficult reminder of his gambling past when site manager Neil suggests that they should bet on when the digger will arrive. Later, the men gather to watch the match at the Rovers' return. Neil once again suggests an opportunity to have a bet, leaving Ed tempted to gamble. 2. A dead body is found. Dee warns Ronnie that he and Ed are taking a big risk by starting work on the building project before completion of the site purchase. Back at the site, Ed worries when he spots the digger driver looking concerned about something. By the time Ronnie arrives, the police are already on the scene. Ronnie can't believe his eyes when he stares into the hole and realizes that the digger has unearthed a dead body. 3. Leo's death is announced. Stephen is loved up as he returns from his holiday to Paris with Jenny, but his joy turns to panic when he learns that a body has been found on the building site. Craig later arrives at the pub and breaks the news to Jenny that the dead body is Leo. Jenny is devastated and is sure to have questions for Stephen, who made various false claims around the time of Leo's disappearance last year. 4. Ed's tough week continues. Dee warns the Bailey brothers that their investor has pulled out of the building project following the discovery of the body. Ronnie suggests abandoning the project altogether, but Ed still wants to go ahead. Later, Ed enjoys the thrill as he watches some horse racing. 5. Bernie faces police questions. While Billy and Paul celebrate their stag party at the bistro, Bernie is hauled down to the police station for questioning over a potential fraud investigation. Bernie learns that the police probe relates to Shelley's criminal scam. She thinks quickly, making out that she was simply helping Shelley by collecting parcels for her. Before long, there's a surprise revelation about Shelley that shocks Paul. 6. Paul shares the truth with Todd. Paul confides in Todd about how he still intends to look into assisted dying, despite promising Billy that he'd ruled it out. Paul puts Todd in a difficult situation by asking him not to tell Billy. 7. Paul plans Shelley's funeral. Paul struggles following the sad news that Shelley has died. As Shelley didn't have many other friends or family to support her, Paul takes charge of the funeral arrangements with help from George. He also reveals that he has written some words about Shelley, which he'd like to be placed with her body. 8. Addie faces an awkward moment with Courtney. Dev warns Addie that Courtney needs to start contributing to the household bills if she intends to keep staying with the Allahans. When Addie tentatively broaches this topic with Courtney, she's evasive over paying her way. 9. Todd faces a challenge at work. Todd's boss Troy admits that Rest Easy has promised a service to a client that the business can't deliver. When Troy orders Todd to do his dirty work by breaking the bad news to the client, Todd is frustrated by his unfair attitude and dreads having the conversation. 10. Todd struggles to get his job back. Todd confides in Mary about how he isn't enjoying working for Rest Easy. Mary suggests that Todd should approach George and try to get his job back, but it seems to be too late as George has already replaced him. Later in the week, George struggles as new guy Lee clearly isn't up to the job. However, with George reluctant to admit this, Todd could be no closer to reclaiming his position at Shuttleworth's. 11. Ryan gets distracted at work. Ryan agrees to try working some shifts in the packing department at Underworld, but he gets distracted on his first day as messages from his Ovid subscribers continue to pour in. Ryan heads into the Underworld toilets to take some nude photos, but he faces a tough decision when one pushy client demands an immediate live video in exchange for £500. 12. Peter gets a phone sex shock. Peter questions Ryan's priorities after discovering that he won't be working at Underworld anymore. Ryan promises that he'll still be able to pay his way, as his fitness videos are attracting a big audience. Later, Ryan agrees to talk dirty over the phone with one of the guys who was messaging him. Peter overhears and tells Carla that the increasingly reclusive Ryan appeared to be having phone sex in his room. Daisy listens to this with concern and confronts Ryan over what he's hiding. If you like the video, Don't forget to like, comment, and share.